Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the 25th, 18th best, or no, best, the 81st best.
Did we
podcast.
actually just start this thing?
Yeah, just right now.
Yeah, that's fire, dude.
Yeah,
Manlit.
but yeah, fuck,
800.
nobody likes them. But we have a bunch of Patreons we need to shout out first of all. In random order, we got Mayall, Giovanni Diaz, Comic Nerd 101, George Burgos, Dr. Dopey, Brad Pittman, Zero Offline, Atlat Bullet Gamer, Clarence the Shark, Zombie Hunter, Local Car Mechanic, B-Rad the Man, Trust Upgrades, Dalton Peterson, Icy Storm, A Vibing Cat, Joseph Hamlin, Aquahana Maru, OG Chief, Fat Lucky Potato, Jordan Boylan, Benjamin Richards, Articuno, Harry Hudson, Game Changer Kid, Zach Anderson, Jacob Waters, and Brian Hodge. Shout out to all the Patreons. Become a Patreon, link in the description.
We love you.
You get these
I
early.
say this every time I'm on the podcast, but I want to have gay
Do
sex
it.
with you.
Give him money.
Yes.
He deserves your money.
I don't deserve it. I need it.
He literally
You
needs
don't.
it. This isn't a joke. He's going
Give me
homeless.
your-
He's like, I
seed.
definitely don't deserve it, but please.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I want it.
He needs it, guys. Look at him.
Malin
He's
will be
poor.
here.
Look at
Yeah,
him.
I'm poor.
He
Ignore the
needs
guns.
to rebuy Black Ops 4 for PC, right?
Dude, he's finally
play.
coming back.
Look at
Yo!
him. Look at this fucking. Look at this white room.
Look,
This
he's here.
casting couch room.
We started already.
Yeah, we start. He doesn't have headphones in. He can't hear us. Make that what he can.
We started
Maybe
because we
get
didn't want to wait
AirPods
for
or
you.
We
shit.
started.
You got a beer with you?
You don't plug his microphone in.
Did you at least bring a beer back with you?
No, he doesn't
He
drink.
doesn't drink. I'll be on the grog, but it's 9:44 a.m.
Manly doesn't have any fun vices. Like he doesn't drink. He doesn't do paintball. He doesn't go
Dude.
outside.
You don't have any
Can't hear you.
addictions or problems, dude? What the fuck's wrong with you?
You're a normal human. Ew, cringe.
Yo, cringe.
You don't get
You're
pissed
being-
drunk
you're
every
not
night?
allowed
What
to
the
do
hell's
that.
wrong with you?
I even
not
offered
allowed to be a normal
I even
human.
offered to buy him a prostitute, and he said no.
So let me just say
He's
this,
buying his
okay?
arm.
Killer, it's an honor
Yeah.
to finally be on the pod with you. It is
Thank you.
very bright and early for him in Australia.
Yes.
For us, the night has fallen. Batman's
is young.
outside
Yes.
with a spotlight. It's
Batman
very
is a
late for
fucking
us.
legend, bro.
But nonetheless, what is it, like an 11-hour difference between us and you? If I'm
Wait,
not mistaken?
what time zone are you in again?
We're
I'm
Eastern.
Eastern in the
That's
United
right.
States.
So I
It's almost
think
8 for
it's-
us. It's 7:44 for us.
I think that's like 12 hours then.
So it's just an even 12. So is it
Well,
7:45
an
over
even
there?
12?
No, my bad. I'm sick as fuck, boys. I have the virus.
You got that
So I'm a little
virus.
slow in the head. I'm a little slow in the
Yeah,
head.
he's
It's
stuck in time.
9:45 a.m. here right now.
So you're 14
So
hours.
it's a 10-hour difference, right?
Wait, how does math
Or
work?
no,
Anyone
it's
do
14.
math
14.
here? Can
14.
anyone do math here? Yeah,
Ooh.
14.
Sorry, I was.
Yeah, that's not the quest.
Tim, aren't you the only one here that
I'm
went to college?
special. I did go
You
to
did for a
community
month.
college for like a year and a half, and then I decided,
You have
fuck
the most
that.
education out of all of us.
Justin, you went to college for a month. Big.
Hell yeah, man. And then you didn't even finish
Smart
high school.
boy.
Education
no.
is not transferred to intelligence.
I will die on this
Yeah,
hill.
man, what Manlet said. See, I'm smart as fuck. I just didn't finish
Yeah.
high school because I was too retarded. And I randomly got trouble for drugs.
If you don't have a very specific idea of what you want to do for a career that requires you to go to college for said career, then don't go.
Oh my God, I've said this a million
If you
times,
are
yes,
young
yes.
and uncertain as to what the fuck you want to do with your life, do not get $100,000 loan and ruin the rest of your life.
Yeah,
It's not
preach
worth it.
it. Preach
the rest
it.
of your life.
Community college though, do that if you can, because that's
Preach
a lot
it.
cheaper and very reasonable, and I've been there, and that's good. But don't like go to university if you have
Don't
no
feel
fucking clue what you want to do.
pressured into going to college. I got pressured into going. I didn't even know what I just went took random classes because people were like, "You gotta go to fucking college."
Would your fucking parents be like, dude, you gotta fucking go,
Pretty
or we're
much,
just
yeah.
gonna like write you off forever?
Yeah, they're like, "You
Yeah,
gotta
right.
go."
I'll go
I'm
for
pretty
a
sure they
month
already
and
wrote
then
him off. Look at him. Look at what he does with his life. They already wrote him off.
I got the
Hey, I do a similar thing as Tim.
You have hair on your head, bro. Calm the
Aw.
fuck down.
All right, let's see how it is.
Oh, that was
Shots.
that was a
Yeah, that's what we do in this podcast. Do you think we actually do anything but just talk shit about each other?
That's fair.
all right.
Fuck no.
So, do you want to get into
Yes.
the number one topic of this podcast?
Yes, the one you. Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, it probably won't. We probably won't spend. I don't know how much time we'll end up spending
I'm
on
very
this. It might
passionate about
derail.
this.
It might
Justin's very
derail
passionate about this topic. I know he is.
So a couple of like hours ago, I tweeted this out. So it's only been 4 hours since I tweeted this out, so it didn't get its full run. About 1,800 people have voted so far. But basically, I don't know if you want to show it on screen or if you want me to like, however you want to do this. Maybe not. But basically, I gave 4 options for choosing your own death, like in a Twitter poll, okay? Option number 1, getting mauled by a bear, Leonardo DiCaprio style, you know? The Rabb1t style. Option number 2, get choked out and swallowed by an anaconda, a large snake.
I'm gonna have
That's
a rant
option
on that
number
one,
2.
bro. I'm having a rant on that one when we get to that topic.
Okay. Number
Trust
3,
me.
get attacked by a shark. That's a classic. Okay. And last but not least, fight a silverback gorilla.
Gorilla.
No, I didn't specify silverback
I'm
gorilla.
just saying right now, I'm not
gorilla.
fighting a gorilla in case I kill it. Look what happened last time a gorilla died.
Oh yeah, the world with the
man.
shit. No, the
So I'll
answer
give
is
you
the
a quick-
bear.
I'll give you a quick
Wait.
rundown on the percentages thus far. This could change a little bit, but I think we have a pretty good idea so far as to like how it's going to pan out. So, by far, the favorite, 53% is fighting a silverback gorilla.
53% of you are retarded.
53% on a 4-option
Listen to
poll.
what I just
So-
said. Look what
So
happened
basically,
last
the
time a gorilla
overwhelming
died.
favorite is fighting, like fist fighting. No
Here's a
gun,
question.
no melee weapon. You are fist fighting a fucking giant silverback gorilla. That was the overwhelming favorite. Okay.
In this scenario, are we
Yeah.
fighting? Like, is it 100% you're gonna die? So how do you want to go out?
Yes, 100%.
So
you're
there's no
going to
like,
die.
oh, I'm gonna
Fucking
beat the
gorilla.
gorilla. So there's none of that. It's
Dude,
like you're
it's a
gonna fucking
fucking
die.
gorilla.
the whole premise of this is basically how you would prefer to die. Not the like. There's no
You're not
debate as
gonna
to what the
win.
end is going to be. You're not going to win.
Yeah, if
It's
anybody,
just the means in which you are going to die. You know what I mean? So
If we kill it,
that's
along with us-
what we're voting for here.
no, you're not gonna
Man,
win.
it's a fucking gorilla.
You're
You're
not
not
gonna
gonna
win.
win against.
No,
I don't care who you are.
I don't think
So-
Shaquille O'Neal in his prime would beat up a fucking
They're
silverback
so
gorilla,
strong.
dude.
So the one thing about sharks is if you press their nose, they basically just go completely limp. They
Okay, well, in this hypothetical world, sharks they're just gonna keep attacking until you're dead. That's what they're gonna do. There's no like boop, and then the shark's like, oh.
Although I did
damn.
specify one shark, I didn't say multiple sharks, so it's not a swarm of sharks. It's just one shark. Well, I mean, I could have specified great white hammerhead. What the fuck ever? It's a giant
I
shark.
just
and
assumed
get it
great
ripped
white.
apart.
You could have just typed the whole thing as Australia moment because that's what happens here. Everyone just dies to sharks.
I could have put like jelly. Get stung by a box jellyfish, and that could have been like. One
Yeah,
but that's kind of like
fuck
instant,
that.
isn't it? Don't you just like kind of instantly die
It's
from
not
that?
instant, but it's fuck. I don't think it kills you, but it's fucking bad.
I think it like
Oh,
good.
it's horrific.
Nah, he was a stingray. That's what killed Steve
Yeah.
Irwin was a stingray.
Well, the answer to this question is the bear. If you want to die so basically the thing is, how do you want to die the fastest? The answer is the bear. If you pick
Yeah,
anything
so-
else, you're an idiot.
That's second. That's at 25%. So 25% of the people, like basically 1 out of 4 people, just picked mauled by a bear. Now, if you've watched The Revenant, that's just a really good example. It's like a sort of a modern movie. Leo DiCaprio is in it. It's based on a true story. This guy goes out in the woods and he gets fucking ripped apart, like every square inch of his body, and he like somehow lives through it.
Because it's a movie.
But this bear is going to kill you in this scenario, and there's no magic, there's no plot armor here. You're going to get ripped apart, and that I agree with Justin. I've been thinking about it, and I do think that is the choice for me. I think I will side by that because it is the quickest. I didn't want to go with like a tiger or some sort of like giant cat because those things are like assassins. They'll kill you instantly.
That would have been
Like-
the correct choice. Was a big cat because they go straight
Yeah.
for the neck and kill you right
I
away.
thought about that, so I didn't want to throw any large cats in there, and I was thinking about an alligator, but I was like, or a crocodile, and I was like, I already.
You don't
know.
want that.
yeah, you're gonna
Have
drown.
Yeah, have you seen how they kill prey? It's not pleasant. They just fucking thrash it around until it just dies.
So to all the people that said gorilla, you guys don't know how gorillas fight. Gorillas aren't predators. They don't actively hunt. This is how a gorilla's gonna fight you. He's just gonna fucking beat you. There have been instances of people fighting gorillas for 30 minutes before they died. And some of them didn't even die. The gorilla is literally just gonna fucking Congo you like Donkey Kong fucking bongo drums over your body for like 30 minutes until you die. He's gonna swing you.
Yeah.
They're not predators. They aren't good at killing. They actively get hunted by jaguars. That's how shit they are.
Yeah, they'll rip off your limbs and fucking smack you upside the head with it. And I'm
Probably fuck
surprised.
you after, to be honest.
Yeah, fucking rape you.
No, none of that.
He's gonna fucking. Do you see that
No,
one?
but this,
Remember
I'm just.
the fucking
I think
video
I'm
of the gorilla
shocked.
pounding
This
the
is
cheeks?
why. It's why it's so fascinating to me, this poll, because I don't think people considered that. I don't like the majority of people would rather fight basically a far superior human being, essentially, like a human being
It's
who's
a far
like
more retarded
10
human being,
times
bro.
10 strength, basically.
And just get beat
so
to
that
death
shocked
for
me.
like 30 minutes. Y'all are idiots.
I'd give it a shot, honestly.
Y'all are
I
dumb.
think I'd give it a shot. I know I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose, but I think I'd give it a shot to see what it's like.
Well, if the situation was like, which one would you
No.
rather fight? You might win. I'm either picking the snake or
Okay.
the gorilla. But if it's
Right,
to the
right, right.
death,
Fuck no,
I'm picking
you're
the
not
bear.
fighting a snake. Have you seen how hard those things are to fucking like fight with your bare hands? Sure, they can't fight back, but they're hard to knock out.
Listen, you give
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Believe me, I know.
I'm not trying to
So
knock the
what-
thing out, man. I'm gonna like twist it around. I'm gonna do some like running. I'm gonna twist it around a tree, and then it's gonna.
Dude, a
it's fun.
snake is like a giant
Well,
slithering
what kind of snake?
muscle.
Hang on, that's fair.
It's an anaconda or
What
a python.
size?
A giant fucking like
Like, we're talking about, like,
probably
the
a
movie
30-foot
kind?
I mean, I could no, I'll look
Get
it
that
up.
big,
Like,
bro.
Man, like you're. There you go.
I think
You're
an average
muted.
anaconda can like
average anaconda size is around 15 feet.
yeah, 12, 15 around that.
Yeah. So that's pretty fucking. That's like a basketball hoop and a half, basically.
That's
so,
strong as fuck, dude. Any snake is
They're
strong,
strong,
as
but
fuck.
they have to get you. That's the thing.
And
What was
they
the
have to
fucking-
get
you're not
just
smart, Tim. You should have just said it was like a venomous snake. It would have just killed you in like 5 minutes.
That I would not have fight
No,
because
those take a while.
once you
I
get
think- I
bit
think I know
though,
what it is.
you're. I'm assuming like I'm in a jungle. I'm not near any care facilities. Like I'm assuming I'm Indiana
you're-
Jones.
You're in the Amazon, dude.
No, you're
Yeah.
in the middle of the outback, bro. Even worse, because Australia's got the worst snakes in the world.
Yeah, so I'm assuming
You're
I'm
in the
dead.
middle
of
of the
this-
fucking
this alarm.
outback.
Yeah, 53% of you are retarded.
Yeah. Okay. So third place, 12.1% attacked by a shark. That's not surprising to me. No one really wants to be attacked by a shark, really.
It's
It's
your
just like
body getting ripped apart.
they'll just
bro.
yeah they'll just like they'll slowly chip away at you, and you'll just slowly bleed out and drown at the same time. It's really just an awful way to die, more so than the rest of them. Other than getting swallowed by a snake, which isn't dead last with 10%. So 10% of
taking
people
forever.
would like to get smothered and swallowed whole by a giant snake.
Because you're just waiting for the snake to digest you, and snakes digest based on how hot their surroundings are. So if you're in a cold, like if you're like a water area, which is where snakes usually go to digest, I know a lot about snakes. I'm smart, but
Arguably.
that will take a long fucking time. So you'd be sitting there in the snake's stomach, just waiting to get digested, and just sitting
Slowly
there.
burning from its stomach
Slowly burning.
acids.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you just
slowly
suffocate?
burning.
Wouldn't you suffocate though before any of
I
that?
think you
Wouldn't
must suffocate first, actually, yeah. Well, here's the thing. A snake will usually always make sure its prey is dead by strangulating it to death.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, you ever hear those fucking stories of like snakes sneaking into people's like windows at night and fucking just choking people out?
Dude, that
Those
scared
are-
the shit out of
that's
me.
legit as fuck.
Oh, like
That's
when I was
legit.
Snakes don't hunt humans. Snakes don't hunt humans.
Well,
That's-
they do
But
in this
there
world.
have been like stories of that, and that
yeah,
terrifies
that
me.
stories aren't real.
There was this
bro.
one documentary I saw. It was about like Snake Island. Do you guys remember? You guys know Snake Island?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Brazil.
About those family that lived there at the lighthouse, and they had to like
Yep.
they were running through the forest. The snakes were falling. Oh, that scared the shit out of like 10-year-old me.
I know what I gotta get you as a present,
And
man.
I will beat the ever-loving shit out of you if you ever come near me with
Let's
a
buy him
snake.
a ball python. Let's buy him a ball python or a corn snake. I think he'd like that.
Listen, those
Yeah.
aren't native here, and that's actually inviting an invasive species, so that's technically
You
illegal.
can still have them though. You can still
No,
have them.
no.
Corn snake is.
No, it's
Yeah,
all
we
invasive.
can get you a cottonmouth.
I will beat the. I will
let's
come
send
to your
him- let's
house
send him a
every day
fucking-
and shit on your fucking doorstep for
Yeah,
years.
well,
Let's send him a rattlesnake in a
more
bag, bro. Let's send him a rattlesnake wrapped up in a cotton bag and see what he does with that.
Fucking
So,
murder.
Killer,
all
I
of you.
got a couple of questions for you. Number one, what
Yeah.
part of Australia do you live in?
Queensland.
Okay, is that north, south, east,
That's
west?
north. That's the north.
Okay. Do you-
That's on the north. I really can't think, bro. But it's a big state.
Oh
Second
yeah,
biggest
okay.
state.
So, do you experience wildlife like on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Like snakes,
so-
like large snakes
yep.
potentially.
I have a pet snake, so that kind of evens it out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I'm just
But
curious.
sometimes when you're driving, like 'cause I live in a relatively small town, right? Sometimes when you're driving to the city, you'll see kangaroos and shit just chilling
Oh,
around.
that's so fucking fun, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I saw that video. I saw a video on Facebook of some guy. So this kangaroo was holding this guy's dog
love
hostage.
that
Was like
video.
literally had him in a headlock. This
And he
fucking
knocks him
Aussie runs up
fucking
to him,
wall.
gets in boxing position, goes bah! right
You know
in this
that guy?
fucking
You
guy's.
know all the liberals got really pissed off with that dude.
Are you fucking kidding me? Didn't they have a whole
Nah.
war against emus or some shit, dude?
Yes, although it was literally two guys with a machine gun, so it wasn't a war.
No, it's a war shop. You don't know what you're talking about.
And they largely failed at doing so, right? Anyway.
Because emus are ridiculously hard to kill. Like
They're fast.
Fucking yeah, and
Elusive.
they're just so fat.
Aren't they a lot bigger than you would think too?
Yes.
They're like 8
They're
feet
fucking
tall.
huge.
Dude, I think
Yeah,
one of
they're
those
fucking
birds could
huge.
potentially kill us. I don't know, man.
It could. You know what's
They're
worse
like
than the
talons
emu?
or something.
You know what's worse than the emu? Look up a cassowary.
What?
How do you spell that?
Cassowary, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
They're like
is this?
they're really endangered in my state, right? But they have these fucking talons on the bottom of their feet that'll just rip you apart. So like when you're driving, when you're driving in the north of Queensland, right? There's warnings about cassowaries.
So they're like 100 pounds, and they're like they can be up to like 6 feet long, basically.
Oh, those feet
Yeah,
are so
but they're
fucking
just-
big.
they're
My
just-
God.
Yeah, they're flightless birds, right? But what happens? They'll just claw your guts out. They're fucked.
Yeah.
They're not.
okay.
They're not.
Listen, I'm
they're
not saying I
You know-
would come out unscathed, but I think if it was a fight to the death, I'm gonna maybe get really injured, but I think I could win.
Nah, fuck no.
I'm not gonna come out like without like some serious, almost deadly injuries, but I'm pretty sure I'm just
Well,
grabbing
take
onto
Take
it
his
that.
like flimsy little neck.
I'm just grabbing onto that neck and squeezing.
fold it right in
can
half.
disembowel me all at once. I'm killing it.
You should have done the poll to mold like cassowary. People are like, what the fuck is that?
Or, you know,
Do you guys want to? I think this would be a cool idea.
Get naked.
What other
get
large,
naked.
horrifying predators could we think of? Maybe I can think of hippopotamus. I can think of
Komodo dragon.
What's
Komodo
the
dragon
largest
was one.
animal you think you could take in a fight?
Oh
Probably a
shit!
Komodo dragon.
without any tools.
Yeah, we'll do here. We'll go one without tools, and then one I'll give you a wooden bat.
Shotgun.
A baseball bat,
You get
dude.
a wooden
And
bat.
put nails on the bat.
No.
Oh,
So bare
Probably
hand.
like a
So what
cow.
Barehanded?
Probably like a cow because those
have to be
things are like pretty
predators?
aggressive. Do they have to
have
be
to-
predators or what?
No, just big animals. Like
Probably
just
like a horse,
size-wise.
maybe.
A fucking
like a
horse?
horse.
You ain't
Yeah,
beating a
dude.
horse.
Have you seen me, Justin?
Yeah, you're pretty fucking retarded. You're not beating a horse.
what I'm
Horses are like
saying.
like a ton.
I'm trying to be
That's what I'm
realistic.
saying. I'm pretty retarded.
He's got the retard strength.
I was gonna
Exactly.
say I was gonna say like a little baby deer. I could beat the shit out of a doe.
You wouldn't even be able to get me to do it.
I was gonna
I'm
say a
supposed to
full
be
deer,
mad.
and I'm like, nah, a full deer might actually fuck me up. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they
I'd
stand
give
up
a
on their
horse
two
a
legs
shot,
and do
man.
that bullshit.
Yeah,
fuck
I'm not
that.
gonna, like,
Man,
pretend like
man,
I'm
I'd
some
give a horse a
badass. I don't
shot.
Did have you guys seen the video of there was an Aussie guy that was driving down the road in like the middle of the night, and a kangaroo comes jumping across and he lands on the guy's windshield.
That's it. That's what I'm fighting. I'm giving it a shot. I'm fighting the fucking roo.
I think I could maybe
I'm
take
giving it a shot.
a coyote. I think I could definitely win against the coyote.
I think fighting kangaroos is in my blood, right? So I think I got like a slight advantage
You
there.
get a fucking a class advantage plus 10.
It's a
Let's
race
see.
advantage, bro.
Hey, maybe a giraffe.
Fuck. Oh,
Fuck no.
They're flimsy
Really?
as fuck, though, right?
Oh, they are.
giraffes
yeah.
are known to kill lions.
Okay, never mind.
Are they known to kill lions,
Yes.
or was there an anecdotal case in which a fucking
Yeah, it
giraffe
wasn't
happened
No,
to
they're-
kill a lion?
Case.
Sometimes lions will try to attack giraffes, and giraffes will just fucking back kick them right in their
I'll give it
face.
to the giraffe. Fuck it. I'll give the giraffe the benefit of the doubt. I'm just looking at like giant animals right now. I'm just giant salamander. I could beat the shit out of a giant salamander, a Chinese
Grab
salamander.
it by its tail and start swinging.
It's
Oh,
6 feet
salamander.
long.
Oh my god!
Holy
I just
shit.
thought of something that would. Oh, I can't even say it. See,
No,
I'll
you
type
can say
it.
it.
Well, you
can-
type
you
it
can
and I'll
say
say it.
Yeah, it must be pretty fucking extreme then, because man,
Oh no, this is gonna piss off the entire group of people.
Oh no, it will. No,
Oh,
I think he's
fucking-
right there.
A
No,
panda?
that
I
to
think
be
he's
angry.
right.
Oh, I'd fucking.
Panda?
No, man, I don't think our audience really gives a shit, but there will be some people out there who'll be like, "Why the fuck would you say that's so insensitive?"
Yeah.
Okay. If I get a baseball bat, I could definitely kill a giraffe.
I think you would break though, wouldn't it?
I would break its legs.
But that won't kill it though. I mean, you
But
win
it'll
the
cripple
fight.
it, and then I can
It'll
take it from
cripple
there.
it. Yeah, fair enough.
That's one part.
You guys are really underestimating the strength of animals.
Are we though?
Yeah.
Chinese salamander, 130 pounds and 6 feet long. Could you imagine a salamander being fucking 6 feet long and being 130 pounds.
Fucking, that's sick. I'd love to have one.
See, I think we could take
pretty
that
dope.
with a bat.
No shit, it's a
Just start
fucking salamander.
batting its fucking head in.
Yeah, it's kind of bitch made. It really doesn't have any like actual, defense. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe it does have defense mechanisms. So.
It's like venomous and poisonous or some shit.
Let's see. Let's do some research. I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah, this podcast is about us beating animals to death.
Oh, look, they have very poor eyesight. They detect their prey by sensing vibrations in the water, aka they're fucking stupid, so you can sneak up on it.
That's like most of those reptiles and amphibians. They have dog shit eyesight.
That's fascinating.
Oh, man.
Yeah, okay, beyond that, though, I'm looking at this long list of giant fucking predators, and I don't think I would survive any
I'd
of
beat the
it.
ever-loving... You know what I'd beat with the club? A fucking seal. Easy.
Okay, Mr. Canadian, calm the fuck down.
A manatee?
It's coming right for me!
manatees. I think an ostrich would
God.
literally kill me. I wouldn't fight an ostrich.
It will kill you. It's like, I don't know what I'm gonna find, ostrich or an emu. Both
I think an
scare me.
ostrich might... Aren't just ostriches bigger? Are they not? Are they
Yeah,
smaller?
but an emu will be far more aggressive and it uses pack tactics.
Okay, here's a good one. An eagle.
An eagle?
What
Yeah.
type
Oh,
of
shit.
eagle?
Whatever
What,
the
like
biggest.
a bald eagle?
Bald
Have you
eagle?
seen? Okay, wedge-tailed eagle is the biggest. I'm pretty sure. Look that up, Justin. Wedge-tailed eagle. Yeah, they're from Australia. They shit all over a bald eagle. They're fucking cool.
Largest eagle in the world, the Philippine eagle.
Oh,
those
I
things
thought it
look
was the wedge-tailed
badass.
eagle.
It's 40
Yeah.
inches. It's 40
That's fucking
inches
cool,
long.
eh?
So that's how many? It's basically like almost. It's like a little bit above 3 feet long.
Yeah, I thought wedge-tailed eagles were bigger, but I guess not.
Not that I think you could practically get up close to one.
Yeah,
They have
it's
those giant talons too, though. They can take their talons and
Hey.
fucking just.
Doesn't I wonder if you could jam a baseball bat into a blowhole of
Whale.
A dolphin and then rape it. I see where you're going. I see where you're going with this. All right, I like it.
Jesus Christ.
Dolphins rape. All right, we raping the dolphins now. Teach them a lesson.
I do not condone that.
See, I like how you're
Tables
going.
have turned.
Yeah, they like to be so rapey. Let's turn the tables on them.
I was thinking more like a whale.
I
I
think
think a
their blowholes might
hippopotamus
be
though
big.
is. I think a
You're
hippopotamus.
not being a hippo, dude. You're not being.
Yeah, no. I'm saying that is. I think a hippo is probably the deadliest predator in the entire world.
I put that up.
think
I put that
literally-
and bear on the same level.
I like to see a hippopotamus and a bear fight to the death.
I would love. Dude, I'd pay.
fucking had the biggest debate of my life with
so
my
much
friends
money.
about this. I in a fight, a hippopotamus versus a grizzly bear. I chose the grizzly bear. A lot of my friends chose a hippopotamus. Obviously, there are a lot of factors that go into it. It depends entirely on environment. It depends on how the interaction unfolds, who engages with who first. But I'll tell you one thing: when a grizzly bear's, if someone fucks with a grizzly bear's offspring, a mother grizzly bear at its full aggression and its biggest size, that thing is like a dog times 50. It's like a giant dog times 50. Like that thing. A hippopotamus is if near water, the hippopotamus is going to win in my opinion, because the hippopotamus can just kind of like drag it into the water and kind of like just drown it essentially. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
like the crocodile versus what did we have before, Justin? The crocodile versus the bear, wasn't it?
I thought it was a cat, like a big cat, like a jaguar or something.
I swear to God, me and you have had the crocodile versus bear debate.
We might have, but a hippo.
And I said it depends if the crocodile's in water or not, because fucking crocodile on land kind of ain't shit.
But a hippo can weigh up to 3,000 to 4,000 pounds, and a Kodiak
God.
bear, which is known to be the biggest bear, can weigh up to 1,500 pounds. So it
Yeah,
has
those motherfuckers are
2 to 3 times the weight
huge.
advantage.
Dude, I want to show you this iconic photo.
We're gonna get like PETA
Kodiak bear.
on our
Fuck
podcast.
PETA.
What Manlin said, we're gonna get fucking Peter on our ass.
I'll beat them up too. They
Yeah.
don't know shit about animal fighting. They just know about animal killing. Consider they kill majority of the fucking animals they get.
Yeah, true.
All right. There's many of these, but check this shit out. Look at the reference size. This bear next to a human being. Its head
happy
is
that
the
guy is.
size of that guy's body.
Fucking huge.
I mean, that thing could definitely give a hippopotamus a fair fight, for sure.
Yeah, no,
Thing
it
is,
would.
I'd have to, because hippos, they're like, their skin is just nothing but, it's hard to get cloth. I don't know. I don't know. I need to talk to somebody that knows more about hippos. I know a lot about bears, but not about hippos.
Well, I think if you ran a
You're not
poll,
a hippo expert.
I think
hippo
more
expert.
people would pick the hippo if you ran a poll, just because they are widely considered like the most dangerous predator in the world, because they just essentially drag you underwater, drown you, and if they can't do that, they'll still attack you with their giant fucking
They're
unhinged
just too
jaw.
tanky. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
Their
I need to
skin's
know
like
how
leather.
like a good a bear can sink its
Hippo
claws
versus
in.
an elephant.
Holy shit, dude.
I think I'm gonna go with just the rule of nature. I would say the elephant would win because they're just so much bigger, right?
Yeah, they got tusks. They could just impale you, maybe.
Or they could step on the hippo.
That's how they used to kill people in ancient China. They would have giant
That's
elephants
badass.
step on people's heads
Yeah,
and crush
yeah.
them.
Fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
true. That's fucking brutal.
It's really horrible.
Elephants
I mean,
low
it
key
came from
dope as
China, what do you
shit.
expect?
I fuck with
Yeah.
elephants. They're cool as fuck.
I guess it's a quicker way to die than a lot of the other ways we talked about dying from giant predators. You know?
Yeah, if you were
giant
put
elephant just
stepped on
kinda-
by an elephant, I'd pick that. That'd be.
I'd say probably the worst animal to die, from my opinion, is any snake that has coagulant venom. What I mean by coagulant is it makes your blood clot together.
Eee.
Or what's the one
Yeah,
where
thank
like
you.
your
Probably
skin
the worst way.
starts to like
Necrosis.
it starts with an N.
Necrosis.
It's the but there's
Necrosis.
yeah it's
Necrotic. Necrotic.
that's what it was. Thank you. Necrotic.
Necrotic venom. There's a guy in Australia who's like worked with snakes his whole life. His thing has completely fallen off when he got bit by a snake.
Yeah, that shit is like ooh, because that's just like, so much more visible. You could see
His
like your
finger is
penis
just not
falling
there.
off.
His finger was just not there.
I don't fuck with snakes. That's the one thing I do not do. I
Don't
saw a
fuck with
snake in my
water
yard
crocodiles
like
either.
2 weeks ago. I about had to sell the house. I was like, all right, time to
Get you a
move.
little,
It's probably a non-venomous snake that's eating all the rats and shit there, and you were just
It
"Oh,
was
fuck
like
it."
I'm not dumb. Like it obviously was a non. It was like a fucking like rat snake. It literally I think it was a rat snake, but it's still like I
Yeah.
don't fuck with snakes, man. I don't like them.
get you
I
a
think
ball python.
I will kill you.
Yeah, let's get him a fucking. Let's just get him some exotic fucking black mamba from
I
South
will
Africa.
literally
and give him
murder
that.
it. I will feed it to
Good
an
fucking
alligator.
luck.
I think I
Okay,
have
that
an
might
interesting
work.
way we could spin this to potentially get the answer we're looking for like which
Yeah.
predator's top. What predator would you want to defend you in a one-on-one? Let's say you and your buddy, like basically it's Pokemon, right?
shit.
You take a
Oh, shit.
Pokeball, you're just like, I choose you, and you're fighting your buddy, and whichever animal wins that fight gets to go over and fucking kill the other person. So basically, this animal is going to defend you to the death. Which one are you picking?
Can I have the water
I was gonna go
advantage?
with
Can I
elephant,
have the
too.
water advantage? Oh, the elephant just wins though, but can we even remove the elephant? It's too OP.
No,
Can we
fuck
ban the
you.
elephant?
God damn it, you.
Can we
It's just
ban
based
the
on
elephant?
sheer size, yeah.
Rhino.
Yeah, rhino's a good one, actually.
Yeah, hippopotamus is probably up there, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
grizzly bear, Kodiak bear,
Um,
that's got to be up
yeah.
there.
be
There's
up
a
there.
certain breed of tiger that's known to hunt bears.
Dude, jaguars
Fuck
hunt fucking
yeah, right.
gators, dude. Jaguars hop in the water and they fucking.
Yeah, but
hunt
Gators
those,
kind of
dude.
on shit. Crocodiles is where it's at.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Especially American alligators. I mean,
don't-
a lot of people are
They're kinda
afraid of them, and they are scary, but still, like,
That's scary, but have you seen a big saltwater crocodile from Australia?
those things are not to be fucked with, dude. And they can swim like fucking no other, too. Like, those things are
they're
just
actually not
flawless
slow
swimmers.
on land either. They're not slow on land either.
The only place on Earth where the
Ooh, I know what I want.
American alligator and the crocodile cohabitat a place in the wild is the Florida Everglades. So the they have been known to fight amongst each other. Though then again, they do it regardless. You know, alligator will fight alligator, croc will fight croc.
Territorial. They're territorial animals.
They're fighting for bitches.
Yeah,
They're
basically.
trying to mate, mate.
Oh, fuck, that was creepy. I'm sorry, that was so creepy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick either. I don't want to pick the bear because that's like very obvious. I think I would go with the.
Easy.
I think it's called the. I tried to Google it. What's the fuck? It was like the Nyangdong tiger or something.
Ding dong.
The Ching Chong tiger?
Yeah, I want the tiger. I want the Ching Chong tiger.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is it called again?
In Gan Dong tiger.
I'm not gonna fucking spell that out. I don't know what that is.
Look up Chinese tiger.
That or Siberian tiger. I want one of those defending me.
Yeah, those are like Russian blooded tigers.
Watch
I
the
thought
video.
a
They're
Russian
like,
guy defending me. I thought a Russian guy defending me.
well, look how they're doing in Ukraine. So I don't know how well you're
Yeah,
gonna survive.
true.
Did you see the memes of the Russian cruiser that got sunk? It's like, congratulations, comrade, you've been promoted to submarine.
Yeah, that was fucking funny.
Yo,
I mean, actually, we haven't even mentioned lion yet, but I think tigers are bigger than lions. I think tigers
lions
are
are
probably
actually
deadlier
kind of
than lions.
pussies. Like they get bodied by
Yes
a lot
and
of
no.
animals.
Yeah, compared to other big cats, I mean, a tiger I would take over a lion for sure, but still, lions are. I mean, they are. I mean, if I saw a lion out in the wild, I mean,
Nah,
that's,
man,
that's
you just gotta get
death
the
facing you.
stick and go no, and like slam it on the ground. That's what I've seen people do, and they didn't get eaten. So I'm sure I will make it work.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you will, bro.
Definitely, I've seen it happen.
I've seen
No.
this staged YouTube video of a tiger from a circus.
He's got like a chain around it that we painted like gray or something. Trying to like green screen it out.
The speaking of tigers, this is going back about a year, but the Tiger Man was so sure that he was going to get a pardon from Trump that apparently he had a limousine out at the prison. But that never came. He's still how long is he serving?
A while. I
I don't remember. He's in there for a while though.
Yeah. I think it's at least.
Don't worry, bro. Joe Biden will pardon him.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Fucking polar bear. We forgot to mention polar bear.
Oh
Imagine being so
shit!
sure you
Yeah.
reserve a limo.
Polar bears are badass.
They are
Dude,
pretty
here's
big.
the thing. Joe Biden will just forget who he's pardoning, and then he'll get out.
Dude, don't get me started on that fucking douchebag, okay?
Dude,
I'm sorry, I don't want to get political.
No,
but
we're going to
Jesus
get political
Christ.
because
No, we're getting we always do.
I went to go
On this
fill up my
podcast,
gas
we're
tank.
Fine, it's not my podcast. It's your
I don't
fucking
give a fuck.
podcast. So
I went to go fill up my
Yeah, I
gas
know you
tank the
don't.
other day, and I'm sitting there, and usually it's $40. It gets to $50. I'm like, what the fuck? $60. I'm like, oh. It gets to $70. The entire time it's going up, I'm like, fuck Joe. Fuck you guys for voting for this motherfucker. Fuck Joe Biden. If you vote for him, I'm getting pissed. $70
Wow.
fucking dollars to fill up my car. I was fuming. I was cursing out anybody.
140.
Fuck.
I mean, it's tough
Fuck you
because
if
a
you
lot of
voted for
people would tell you that he wasn't directly
Yeah, no,
responsible for
no,
that.
You can show me as many
And
facts as you want. I don't care.
I don't know. It fucking beats me, dude.
He's
But
the
I will
president,
say,
so I'm
like,
gonna blame him.
he's like, just like, do the eye test. Let's do the eye
American
test,
moment.
okay? I'm not even gonna talk about anyone other than him. Just do the eye test. Our U.S. president, the leader of our fucking country, he doesn't tweet mean things, but what he does do is forget where the fuck he's standing when he's talking consistently.
Dude, last time I was on the podcast, I mentioned this to Justin about Tim. Have you seen that video of him turning the fuck around to give that guy a handshake and there's no one there?
Oh, I haven't seen that, dude, but that's just bad. It's a bad look, dude. And the hair sniffing.
It really is.
The hair
Yeah,
sniffing.
I'm fucked.
That's
It's
hot.
a-
I've got
Oh my
my
God.
I've got my country's election coming up soon. I got no idea who I'm gonna vote for.
Just write
I have
in,
to
just
vote.
write in
It's
Kanye.
mandatory. It's mandatory to. No, I can't because I have preferential voting. I don't write in candidates.
Oh, that's stupid.
I have preferential voting, which is fucking stupid. That means
Kanye,
every
he won't
party.
win.
That means every country will at least get at least one party will get a vote. Every party gets at least one vote from someone.
I need to trim my pedo stash.
Manlet, turn your
Oh,
fucking
Manlet.
camera back on because now there's two of me.
Oh no!
Manlet.
Hang on.
Oh, there we go.
Back from the dead.
Yeah, so fuck you if
Back
you
in
voted for
black.
Joe Biden. I hate paying $70 gas.
No, not that. We don't want to give the people that message.
I hate
okay?
you.
But
Personally,
I mean,
I didn't vote for him. I don't like him for his policies, but I don't blame him for the gas.
I do. You're president. If we can blame Trump for things that happened when he was in office, I'm blaming Biden for things that he did.
Him.
every president gets shot on no matter what, to be honest.
Name me one good president the United States has had in the last like fucking like 70 years.
Ronald, no, everyone hates Ronald.
No,
Reagan now, too.
everyone hates Reagan now as well.
JFK.
George Bush Sr. George H.W.
I think people hated him. No, because that guy
Yeah,
he helped kill Kennedy.
Okay. All right.
He might have to go back to Kennedy, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's the last one, and he got killed.
He might have to go back to
when was the
him.
last president we had that had any sort of fucking integrity?
Washington.
Probably.
George
Yeah,
Washington.
probably Washington.
Man literally gave it all up just so we could have an actual country. He could have been
People will
king.
say Obama, but Obama was not
He did a lot of
particularly
bad
sharp.
things as well. He did a
I
lot.
didn't like
He also
it.
did a lot of bad things. Justin, welcome back.
He did a lot of the shit that people criticize Trump for. It's kind of like
Exactly, and he got away with it because he's party association, as far as I see it.
I think the only argument you can make most recent that people like universally didn't hate is probably Ronald Reagan. And I know a lot of people do hate him, but like he was probably your best choice within the last like 50 years, right?
Cold War
like,
pretty much ended with him, right? That's who I'm thinking of.
he was definitely
Sort of.
entangled in that era for sure. I haven't taken a U.S. history class in a while.
The Cold War was never ending as long as the Soviet Union existed, really.
Well, yes and no. The Reagan had a significant portion to do with it ending, but it formally came to an end
Under Bush?
Bush Senior. The Soviet Union collapsed, but Reagan basically embarked on a policy of bankrupting the Soviet Union in an arms race, and they couldn't keep up financially due to structural issues.
Capitalism wins again, boys.
Oh, I missed Bill Clinton, dude. He was a gem. He was an American
Getting his
treasure.
dick sucked in office? Fuck
And
yeah.
the what? Yeah, that's
Did not
base
have
as
sexual
shit.
relations with that woman.
Another good one, Teddy Roosevelt.
It was base as fuck.
Based as shit.
Well, I think you best be careful saying that because you go back not too far in the past and they all start getting racist as hell.
Oh, I don't care. Teddy Roosevelt was awesome as fuck. He didn't
Who do you
give
think
a
was the
fuck.
worst president ever?
Dude,
Let's
name
not
me
talk about the
one
best.
U.S.
Who's the
president who
worst?
has not.
Worst.
Probably Woodrow Wilson.
I think a lot.
He's
I
up
think
there.
who's the one right? James Buchanan, the guy right before Lincoln, right before the Civil War. This motherfucker basically just allowed everything to escalate as poorly as it did, and then basically just shoved it all on Lincoln and was like, "I'm fucking out of here." So a lot of people probably argue he didn't really do anything positive as far as I'm
Yeah,
aware.
no, it's pretty bad. But I would say
He-
Woodrow Wilson, he got America involved into World War One for no real reason. Like, that wasn't cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of candidates here for sure.
Who was who am I thinking of?
made it
That was
president.
after Kennedy. Who was that guy?
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Johnson,
Lyndon B.
yeah.
Johnson. Fuck that guy. He killed Kennedy
What did he do? Oh, he did.
and then got us really involved with Vietnam.
Power hungry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Also,
pretty
I think who was it that introduced income tax? Was it
Woodrow
Taft?
Wilson. No, I think it was Wilson. I think.
Whoever did that, fuck that guy.
Yeah, it was either Wilson or Taft. That would be right around the time of.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That guy's an asshole.
Well,
You know who's
so
the most overrated president? FDR.
Yeah, he really didn't do that much. Like, if you actually look back at prior to World War II,
The one thing he did
got
have was the
lucky.
intangibles. He had the balls at least to not like pussy away from confrontation. It felt like in the face of crisis, he kind of like would embrace it and kind
It's
of
kind of like the Churchill thing. He was kind of the right man for the job at the time.
yeah.
Because a lot of people give
exactly.
Winston Churchill shit now because apparently he was committing genocide or something like that.
personally, I'm of the opinion that FDR was a poor leader.
racist.
prior
He was
to the
racist
war.
too
Well,
Yeah, he was pretty
against
racist.
blacks and Asians. Very
it's not just
racist.
that he exceeded his authority of the Constitution a number of times, and he threatened to pack the courts because they kept on striking down his New Deal legislation. And,
Which didn't really get America out of the Great Depression. I've seen that been debunked countless times.
Well, he did a lot of good things. Don't get me wrong, Social Security, the foundations that were put in place, but that should have been done through a constitutional amendment, just like income tax was. But instead, he intimidated the judiciary into, saying hold it up, or else we're gonna put people there that will make you hold it up. So.
All I'm saying is, if Hitler congratulated Owens and FDR didn't, that's kind of low. That's how you know you're
Yeah.
on the bad side of history.
Yeah, that's Well,
fucking
Hitler did
mustache
say
man.
Hitler did say very nasty things after he congratulated that man. There's a anecdote of what he said, and
Yes.
it's not very nice.
But at least he congratulated him.
Speaking of presidents, here's a famous quote from ex-president Donald J. Trump.
Oh God.
Yeah, go
Kobe
on.
Faye?
LeBron James. This is probably a fake fucking quote, by the way.
I'm gonna believe
I'll
it.
say this to LeBron James, who I don't like very much. LeBron, did you ever have thoughts about going woman? Because if you did, I'd love to have you on my basketball team. That's probably just
It's probably
I'm
fake,
on
but
Twitter.
I'm gonna
I
believe
don't
it.
think that's real.
I'm believing it.
It's
That's
something
not
he'd say.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
like something he'd say.
Dude, I can't wait
Who
till the
was
next
most
election.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dank. Who was the most mid U.S. president ever? The most mid? Like middle of the fucking pack.
Oh God, I'm gonna pull up the list again.
Yeah, I gotta pull up the president list.
I see. There's a lot of them that you know what so what you mean is
In
not
the
too
past
bad, not too good.
122 years, in the past 122 years, we're not going that fucking far back. In the past 122 years, he was almost like middle of the pack U.S. president.
I probably am not well read enough on U.S. history to be able to like give you a straight up answer.
I'm
but
looking at him and I'm like, that guy was shit. What did Ford do?
shit.
What did Ford do?
Ford
Ford
took,
was before FDR, right?
No,
No.
he's before Carter.
So Ford took the reins after Nixon resigned. He was, I want to say, the Speaker of the House, and the Vice President resigned, and I believe was prosecuted on corruption charges. And so he was next in the line of succession, and I believe he was made Vice President, and then Nixon resigned. He never served his own full term, but he took over the next kind of 2-ish years. The thing that doomed his presidency was that he pardoned Nixon.
That would do it.
So
Ooh, Truman.
I think the most evil president
Yeah,
ever
Truman was pretty mid.
might be not mid, but evil. Andrew Jackson might be that guy.
He was based as shit.
Pretty fucked up.
Nah, he
did
was
a lot
pretty
of
fucked
fucked
up.
Nah, he was based
He
as
was
fuck.
pretty fucked
Trail
up.
of Tears. Yeah, it's not. Pretty.
Manifest Destiny. Listen, it was our destiny.
oh yeah, Destiny.
That's such a fucking self-righteous attitude. Like, as much as I love our country and as patriotic as I am, that's such a fucking self-righteous attitude.
they should have gotten
Everyone
better
gives
at
America
fighting.
So much, and everyone gives America so much shit. Look what we did to the natives. Look what Australia did to natives. Look what
Everyone
fucking-
does it, dude.
Yeah,
humans
just
are
because
fucking-
we were
does it.
better at it. Scrubs.
That's the other
Like
thing.
America gets way too much shit as far as I see it. It gets way too much shit. America's pretty fucking awesome, man. From what
We're
I
like
see,
one of
It's
the
pretty
newest
fucking
too. That's
There's
the
a
thing.
term for that, Tim. The where America does it and it makes it okay, but nobody else can. It's called American exceptionalism,
Hell
and
yeah.
it's basically the doctrine that America is the leader of the world and isn't, how shall I say, soiled by the past.
Rules for
you know,
thee and not for me.
yeah, and it's complete bullshit. I mean,
No, if they want to get in our position, just get better at it.
oh yeah,
us
that's
over by
gonna be a
force then
great
if you have
argument
to.
when China starts eating our lunch.
Dude, China's
mean,
military is literally dog shit.
Yeah, but what do they have as numbers, bro? Look at the Soviet
I mean,
Union.
you look how
World War
Russia's
II.
faring. They have numbers, they have
They're not
everything. They're
the
doing
same
dog
thing.
shit.
They're not doing fucking human wave assault tactics.
I
Dude,
don't
I mean,
think
the way
those,
we
I don't think numbers help you as much anymore because
Yeah, not anymore.
as much
Not
as they did
anymore.
because we just have automated so much automation. That's the thing.
Dude, give it like 50 to 40 years, probably in our lifetime. There won't be foot soldiers anymore, I don't think.
There's no need for them. Like, it's all about, war in the air. It's all about, like, just taking, giant bombs and fucking dropping them down on people, pretty
Killer,
much.
you-
Yes and no. So what I will say to that is that air superiority is a key part of warfare. Logistics is probably
The biggest.
one.
the priority. Then it goes air superiority. But you will always need troops on the ground, be it drones, 100 years from now, or infantry now, to occupy your territory. Because look what
Oh, yeah,
happens
it's true.
And
in
Ukraine.
Afghanistan, Vietnam, or Iraq. If you're attacking the enemy where they are, and you're moving to engage them, and then you're just abandoning the position that you took, you bled, and you died for, the enemy can just go back to that position regardless. There's reason there were, multiple battles over the same place in Vietnam. The U.S. would go in, they would wipe out the Viet Cong or the NVA, and then they would pack up and leave, and the Viet Cong or NVA would move right back in.
Yeah, warfare is getting like, especially when you look at this whole Ukraine shit. Warfare is just like how do you like? We redefined how you win. Like back in World War II, it was like, all right, we take this city,
we as in America.
I think just the entire world like has when you redefined how do you win a war? Because it's so much different from how it was back in like World War I. You got to take this city, you got to take this land. Now it's like you can take the fucking land. We're just gonna go over. How do you win a war now? And like I think we're seeing that in Ukraine. Like we kind of just
sending a message.
redefined.
I think you have to just send a message right off the bat.
You just send a message, right? But it doesn't. Isn't it Russia's goal for Ukraine is to topple the government and then move into that area? Am I correct? Manly would know this.
That was they will never fully admit it. They claim the Russian propaganda basically states that they are attempting to overthrow the government, not annex it, and annex the areas that the separatists controlled from 2014 to 2022 in the eastern portions. It is highly likely that they would have either installed a puppet regime or just full-on annexed it themselves. If they had succeeded in their drive to Kiev. They are taking extreme losses at the moment. And I think one thing to note is this isn't World War II anymore. You can't just pump out a tank in a day. You may, with the industry to back it up, be able to pump out 350 tanks a month. Those are, World War II, you'd probably be looking at 3 or 4 times that, just off the top of my head. Tanks are infinitely more complex. You have much more modern systems. They're significantly more expensive. And the issue now is that a Ukrainian soldier using a javelin or an NLAW can take out a $2 to $3 million Russian tank with a $100,000 to $120,000 man-portable missile. And it's they've been using ambush tactics. The Russians basically screwed up on their logistics due to top-down corruption and just a lack of overall strategy. They thought they were going to walk in there like Afghanistan and basically the entire country would fall within 48 to 72 hours. Now they're basically trying to retroactively come up with a plan when given the hand that they've dealt themselves with.
From what I've seen, their new plan is they're trying to draw the fighting back closer to Russia, closer to their supplies. So you're seeing a lot more fighting on the border now than deep inside of Ukraine.
There's a different type of fight going on, though, because for the Russians, it's about, like, when you have a war between people who are just trying to expand versus people who are trying to defend their very fucking lives, obviously there's a different intensity. Like, the Ukrainians are fighting with everything they have because they have to.
Morale is a key part of winning a war. Once you have that morale that the Ukrainians have right now, yeah.
They have no choice. The Russians are kind of just like, well, if we fucking lose, we still have Russia. Like, we're kind of like, I mean, we things won't be as good, but still.
Once Ukraine annex all of Russia,
they just take right over. Yeah, dude, that'd be.
So the issue here is that Russia and Ukraine historically have had very close cultural ties. The Ukraine and Russia are both at least compared to the United States, are both a very religious community, or, society. And the biggest one by far is the Orthodox Church. Now, you've got the Russian Orthodox Church and the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, both of which kind of form, I think we're looking at nearly 65 to 70% of the population that, categorize themselves as believers. You've got the religious portion, you've got a significant portion. Russian is basically de facto the second language of Ukraine. for instance, I have a close friend there who's been living in Ukraine for at least the last 10 to 12 years. He doesn't even know Ukrainian. He just speaks Russian, and it's basically like, it's essentially British English versus American English. It's they will still understand the meaning. Uh, At the end of the day, though, the Russians are demoralized because they're reversing course from, 80 years of propaganda that the Ukrainians are their brothers. And the Ukrainians, they've got the fury of all hell because their quote-unquote brothers are attacking them, and they've got these horrendous war crimes. The number one thing that and it doesn't make sense from a strategic level, is the Russians have been massacring, the portions of the Ukrainian population. And why would anybody want to surrender to the Russian armed forces if they fear death, torture, etc., when the alternative is to fight to the death? And that's exactly what's going on with the Azov battalion and the remnants of the portion of Mariupol that they still control. If they're more than likely, they've been categorized by Russian propaganda as being majority Nazi, and there is portions, unfortunately, that do have a Nazi-esque leaning. But if they're likely going to face a bullet or torture from the Russians, why would they not fight to the death against them in combat?
What I find interesting about all that is China is I don't think China's gonna go after Taiwan anytime soon, but I definitely think they're taking notes. Like, okay, this is how. I think they're watching this a lot more than they lead on.
Everyone's taking notes. Everyone's taking fucking notes.
That's what I brought up to you I swear to God, like a podcast in the past I talked about. We all talked about this, and I brought that up. Like, what? Like, if China were, clearly they don't care enough, but if they did care enough, this would be the opportunity, right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're letting it play out because warfare has changed so drastically, and the U.S. is really we're the only people that are good at it now because we've been at fucking war forever, like in the modern age. So I feel like they're
most countries in that coalition have been at fucking war.
Yeah, but China hasn't fought like a modern war.
Yeah, China hasn't fought.
I feel like they're kind of just taking notes at this point and trying to learn as much as they can.
Has fought a modern war.
To the best of my knowledge, the last war that China has fought, I want to say, was against Vietnam in like 1979.
I almost said Korea, but yeah, Vietnam.
Well,
they fought against the unified Vietnam. Am I right?
Yes, in like 78, 79.
Yeah.
They're over there watching. They're keeping an eye out on it. They're like,
the interesting thing is going to be is that China. I don't think anybody, Russia nor China, nor probably a significant portion of the West, expected as unified and as debilitating sanctions against Russia. For what has happened, because last time they got a slap on the wrist from when they took Crimea. And I think Putin thought that he was going to waltz into Ukraine, get it for, within the first 72 hours, take, some sanctions, but it was essentially going to be a slap on the wrist that they'd still be able to get around. And, he'd now be on his way to, taking a big portion of the former Soviet Union back together. Not that he believes in the political ideology, but just the empire portion of it. However, for China, the big thing with
China,
the big thing with Taiwan is they are the largest producer of chips in the world. Computer chips in the world that is not manufactured in China. And they may even surpass the manufacturing capability of China. But the issue is that if Taiwan was to fall under Chinese control, you would have a significant security risk where even if they got production back up and running, do government computers and even private individuals, do you want to be operating with Chinese hardware in your computers that, they,
Fuck no.
We say no, but like 90% of the
No.
population has TikTok installed.
Yeah, Josh is
Not
also
me.
right on that
Not
one.
me.
But yeah, not
I'm
me.
purist.
they already have the opportunity with their existing infrastructure to put backdoors into hardware. And that would basically turn it up to 11. The U.S. government recently, within the last 3 or 4 years, have banned themselves, states, and local governments from using drones with Chinese manufactured parts because there were security concerns based off of that. And I think that, in a combination of the fierce economic sanctions, if not the open military conflict, would dissuade China from at least taking Taiwan in probably the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah,
Unless
I think
there's a
they're-
significant reshuffle of alliances.
I think they're gonna try it at some point. I feel like they're just kind of waiting and biding time and trying to figure out what
Do they have another time though? Do you think? Like,
Yeah, do they have another time to even
I feel like now is
try?
probably the worst time because the world's so united right now against Russia. It wouldn't be that hard for the world to be like, all right, fuck this guy too.
true,
Hit him
it's
hard.
true.
Because we're
I
also.
guess you never know what the future holds though, too.
I feel like they're kind of gonna wait until like another lull, like kind of how Russia did. They're just gonna bide their time, play like, oh, we're just China, we're just doing China things.
We're just innocent China over here.
They're just gonna
Committing
wait.
genocide.
I completely agree with Justin. I think more than likely they would have a much better opportunity if they, and even if Russia had done this. Look at what has happened with Finland and Sweden. For the last 75 years, they have not joined NATO. Sweden has a history of neutrality that goes back even another. I think the last time they were involved in a war may have been the 1840s.
Neutral countries just get taken over though. They don't ever actually fend well, do
Not Switzerland.
Bro.
they? In Europe, at least.
They got the mountains.
I think the big thing is that they're now heavily considering joining NATO. Russia would have been better off with basically infiltrating the democratic system and having pro-Russian.
Didn't they try that though? And
They did, and
backfired?
they succeeded. I mean, Viktor Orban had one in Hungary. Prior to this conflict, the Czech Republic president was he was sympathetic to Putin. The French. In the French presidential election, which Macron just won, his opponent Le Pen, she was noticeably pro-Putin and was pretty close in the polls before Ukraine was invaded. This is just, he really kind of kicked the hornet's nest with this.
Yeah, and it'll be
It's
interesting to
arrogance.
see.
Arrogance cost him. He really thought he could
mean,
do whatever the fuck
to
he
be
wanted to do,
honest-
and he's paying the fucking price now.
Didn't we all think, like, I know I sure did. I was like, oh, Ukraine's done. Give him a couple days. I'm pretty sure like the entire
No,
world thought.
I
You
thought
were
they
the
gonna
only
fight
one.
back hard.
You were the
I
only
knew they
one.
were gonna fight back hard.
You said, I remember this. You said Russia doesn't have enough oil. And looky what happened. Their supply lines suck, and they were literally
I
no
didn't get
gas.
that off me. I got that off my fucking airsoft
But you
field.
still said
fucking-
it. And I
I still
remember
said it,
that.
though.
Because I was
Well,
like,
isn't
yeah,
Russia
but-
one of the biggest
but-
producers of oil in the entire world?
Yeah, but they're military, right? Because they were exporting it to other countries and not keeping it for themselves.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And now their military doesn't have enough oil to run tanks and shit
with the shitty
and other
logistics.
stuff. And with the shitty logistics, like another thing is the roads in Ukraine. Am I wrong here? And the railroad systems are just shit.
Well, with the
So-
Ukrainians keep bombing them, yeah.
Yeah, well that's one thing.
That I don't necessarily know if it's shit compared to if it's they decided to invade in probably one of the worst portions of the year.
Yeah,
This
that
season. They literally went in right as the thaw was coming. and it's famous. Rasputa, the Russian mud, is just a seat, and they trap themselves to the roads. And it's really easy to ambush somebody on a road compared to not being able to drive out in a field because even your bloody tanks are getting bogged down in mud.
You thought they would have learned from the Germans in World War II.
They did not.
I was just gonna bring that up. Like, okay, even further back than World War II. Like, when were tanks like, common in warfare? Was that World War One or was that World War II?
Tail end of World War One. They were pretty common in
the Allies,
Western Europe.
And it was the Germans, right? That were engineering them.
No,
Who?
it was the French and the British.
Oh,
The Germans made 20 tanks throughout the war.
You know that big tank with the tracks on both sides that are taller than the actual tank itself? That was British.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was the opposite. I thought the Germans were pumping those out before other people were.
No. Yeah,
They just got really good at it in the interwar period.
They got really
Yeah,
good
they did.
World War II. The Germans made a total of 20 tanks during World War One, and they were pretty fucking weird.
That German engineering.
They did put, I think, a
Captured
couple
tanks
hundred
on
in
the
production. They were all captured, though.
Yeah. They did plan to make a tank, but it just never happened.
I think the Nazis were like all on like ecstasy or something. Like, I think they were taking like
Meth,
Meth,
Panzer
for sure.
chocolate.
Yeah, Panzer chocolate.
Like, there's no way.
The official name is Prevatin.
Yeah,
There's no way they weren't. Like, they were so far ahead of everyone for their time. Like, they were just like German engineering was just fucking absurd. Like it.
Yeah, that also cost them.
Like
look at Tiger tanks and Panther tanks. They were too over-engineered.
Yeah.
They just did end up getting blown up anyways, and they.
Exactly, it was a waste of money, really.
Still impressive though.
Yeah, they're impressive, but like
one-on-one, it's hard to match it, but
when you have 20 Shermans coming at you,
you're kind of fucked. Or like T-34s rolling over the fucking hill.
Hans, the final drive broke.
Shit! Fucking those transmissions breaking all the fucking time.
Yo, boys. Favorite war movie?
Oh, I've so many.
Does it have to be a movie? Or can it be a series?
No, it has to be a movie.
Fuck.
You know what? For the sake of this thought experiment, fine, it can be a series. But I want an explanation. Okay, I haven't actually seen that. Actually,
I prefer the Pacific more than Band of Brothers, but mine is probably Generation War. I fucking love Generation War.
Good too.
It's so good.
You watch Pacific? You see that one?
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh my god, yeah, I've seen parts of that.
Dude, it's not on Amazon anymore. Pissed.
Yeah, it's hard to it's kind of find there. You have to, unless you've got a physical copy, like I do.
Lucky bitch. I tried to watch it the other day illegally, and I was like, motherfucker, I can't find it.
No, but I think it's hard to argue against Saving Private Ryan for me. I don't know. It has to be like top 1, 2. Yeah,
I just like
it's a little like cliche. It's a little Hollywood.
It's a little bit cliche. Actually, no, hold up. Mine is probably fucking Full Metal Jacket.
Only the first half.
A phenomenal one too, dude.
I only really like the first half of that movie.
He got fucking shot for doing his job.
I like the whole movie actually.
The second part's good, but it's like the first part was just so fucking good. Like the second part doesn't hold up.
So fucking good.
The whole boot camp part was like probably the peak of that movie.
Yeah, it was.
That shit was.
Downfall's really good as well. Downfall's really good. I mean, it's hard to watch it because it didn't meme so many times.
A lot of people clown on
the speech, and there's one meme so many times, but it's such a good movie.
There's one movie that everyone shits on and clowns on, and I think it's pretty good. War Horse, pretty good movie. I know it's like
seen it once.
It's World War One. It's about this fucking British dude who meets this he gets
Is he fucking the horse?
No, not quite. Almost, but not quite.
Oh god.
No, he gets this horse and they end up getting split apart during the war, and then they reconvene during the war. True story or not, I don't fucking know. But I just think the cinematics, the movie itself, maybe not the concept, but the movie itself was pretty fucking dope. The whole no man's land scene where they're fucking the guy with the bagpipes gets up, he's just blowing the bagpipes, everyone fucking I love movies like that where they really I don't know how many World War I vets are alive right now, but like
None. Zero.
yeah, none. But like when vets like when they compliment a movie like based on how realistic it is, you know it's good. Like a lot of World War II vets were like Saving Private Ryan was one of the most accurate you know, descriptions of a war. Like with World War, like that movie was phenomenal. I just loved. It was kind of gay, but it was still a really good movie. I don't know.
It's kind of gay, but I still fucking love
like
it.
the whole horse, like yeah, I don't know. Like the whole relationship between the guy and the horse was like that wasn't the best part of the movie. It was the scenes, like the graphic scenes where they would literally go into no man's land and get fucking shot up and like.
I want them to make a new Battle of Britain movie. They are, aren't they?
I don't know.
They're making a new Band of Brothers-esque about pilots. I do know that.
Yeah, I know that's kind of been in development hell for the last 12 or so years, like the Mighty Eighth.
They need to hurry up and fucking make that.
Dude, I just thought of the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
They should make a VR, a POV of you getting in a plane with a line of coke.
Oh, you do get to do the
and
coke.
Pearl Harboring that bitch.
Tenagabanza!
Yeah, like a kamikaze POV, you know what I mean?
It's funny you should say that, but they are actually making a VR game of a B-17.
Yeah, how cool is that?
And you can have up to 11 people in your crew.
That
And
is so fucking cool.
yeah, oh god,
Sweet.
it's is it Micropose that's making it?
I'm not sure, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Two things. One regarding the movie. Tim, have you seen 1917?
No, I saw the trailer for it and I was like, that would be a cool movie to watch, but I never ended up watching it.
Highly recommend you see it.
That was about the guy that has to like give the orders, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
About like an impending like attack or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Have you guys seen that?
I've seen it, but I was flat
It was
drunk.
good.
I'm getting flat drunk. I'm on my way to getting flat drunk right now. I don't know if you guys have been watching,
Yeah, you've been down in
observing,
those
but I'm
boys.
getting like 4 beers.
You've been telling them.
No, I haven't noticed.
I'm already like 4 deep right now. I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm
Fuck
gonna
yeah,
go one
man.
more.
Go
He's
one
got
more.
another one. What are you drinking? What are you drinking?
They're just Angry Orchards. I like
They're
them. They're hard
still
ciders. They're tasty.
Better on
You
tap,
know,
though. Way better on tap.
Yeah, better on
everything's
tap.
better on tap though.
Everything's better.
We went
My
to the,
brother actually brought a fucking keg thing which has a tap on top of it, and the beers and shit come out. It's like you got to
That's
from a bar.
badass.
It's so good.
Me and Heather
It's
went to the
so
beach
good.
today and had some drinks on the beach.
Yeah,
We had these like
brands.
strawberry mango daiquiris. They were pretty fucking good.
You're gay.
Nice, bro.
$9
Yeah,
a-
yeah.
you're
I'm just
fucking
kidding.
gay.
I'm just kidding. They're
$9 a
tasty, dude.
piece.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like guys that shit on other guys for drinking fruity drinks when they just taste better. Let's be honest.
Significantly better.
Bro,
Now-
I'll drink anything with an alcohol percentage in it.
It depends on what your intentions are, though. If your intention is to get pissed drunk, you don't go for drinks like that. You go for like, I mean, I'm kind of just like a straight up like I'll just straight up drink a handle of vodka if I'm trying to get actively drunk, but that's not usually the case.
How often
But
do you drink?
I go for I'm a social drinker like most people are. I like for right now, even though we're like, you know, this is just a camera and I'm in front of my monitors and I'm still socializing with you guys, so I'm drinking right now. But usually I don't ever drink by myself. I mean, I probably drink like twice a
one beer
week.
by myself in the afternoon if I'm feeling like it. That's about it. Rarely, yeah.
Yeah, twice a week on average probably is since I'm young. Once I get older, who knows what'll happen. But
Yeah, go every day.
Yeah, every day. No, you'll stop drinking.
I'm
You'll
an
do
abusive
cocaine
father.
instead.
it's either gonna go one extreme or the other. I'm either gonna get drunk every single day or not get drunk ever. Who knows? What's gonna happen.
Or you can ride in the center and do cocaine every day.
I have not tried cocaine. I'm being completely honest. I have
Plan
not
on to
tried
before
it.
I die.
I will
not gonna
do it
say
like
if I
if I
have or
know
not.
I'm going to die. Like if I'm on my deathbed, I'll do it. But other than that,
Seems like
you ever
fun.
hear about those rare conditions, like those rare cases where motherfuckers will just snort a line of coke
Have
and
a
just
heart
die,
attack?
like their heart will just fucking give out on them?
Hey, yo, that's
I'm not
life,
willing to
man.
risk
It's not
that.
that uncommon. It's not that uncommon, actually.
My heart, I think I have a heart murmur. Like I
Yeah,
genuinely,
so do I.
yeah, I'm
Did you
not
get
willing
vaccinated?
to test that. Yeah, I got the first
Better.
shot, but I didn't get any boosters.
Don't get no boosters. People are keeling over from heart attacks.
I didn't get any boosters. I only
no.
got that first shot.
better be
That was it.
careful.
Bro,
That's why I
got
didn't
the
get it.
vaccination and I'm still sick as fuck. I'm feeling slightly better now, but like, oh my god. Last week was fucked.
You can take as many vaccines as you want, but you're still gonna fucking get it, and that's the government winking at you right there.
Yeah, you're still gonna get the AIDS.
Bro,
Fuckers
my
made
whole
dudes in the butt.
country, I couldn't go to a bar, a pub, a club, hairdresser, doctors, even doctors, yes. Hospitals, practically anything like that last year without being fully vaccinated.
I was gonna say, was that when it first began in 2020, or was that like kind of later down the road?
That was last year.
Oh shit! So, is it just as oppressive there as it is in like the UK, for example, where motherfuckers
UK
in
is
the UK?
fucking miles ahead of freedom in terms of Australia.
Oh,
Miles
really?
ahead.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Because I talked to Conjura, specifically. Shout out to you, Conjura, by the way. I love you. He was telling me a whole bunch of stories every time I talked to him about how the UK is just so oppressive about it. Like they can't like do anything.
But
Yeah.
it's nothing compared to Australia. It's nothing compared.
When we talk about this shit,
dude.
it makes me so grateful that I live in the U.S. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think I
you
could
guys
live
really
in one of
should be
those
fucking
countries,
glad.
man.
You guys really should be fucking glad.
Dude,
I like
facts,
freedom.
dude. We're American. It's fucking embrace
Dude,
it.
I have an election coming up soon, as I said, and I just honestly see the country getting fucking worse, and it fucking scares me.
Just Mary Manlet moved to America.
What?
Man, look.
What?
Will
No.
you take my hand and marry?
No. Maybe Nerf will. He's
Yeah,
swings
maybe
that
the
way.
brown boy
And you have
will.
to be married to a Mexican. Do you want to do that?
Do I want to live in America? Yes.
Do you want to marry
That's
Nerfix?
what mate.
If she
Oh,
cooks well
fine.
and can take care of
Yeah,
her children,
if
then
he
yes.
cooks well, then he might be a good cook.
Oh God.
Shout out to you, Nerf.
Shout out to you, man.
We love you.
Ah,
Right,
we're
boys, how long are we going for?
A
We can
little
go
over
for,
now.
how about this? We'll do, how does
7.
10 more minutes
That
sound?
sounds good.
10 more minutes.
Let's get a topic and let's fucking talk about that topic.
No.
I agree 100%.
No, that's the topic. The topic is no.
I refuse.
I
What do you
refuse.
What do you think? So one thing that I had wanted to mention before that didn't get a chance to before we changed topics. Part of what's going on with Russia, due to being sanctioned, they've had to turn to India and China,
Yep.
and
This is true.
because they're basically the only ones that will still accept their oil and whatnot. Every deal with the devil comes with its price, so there is a real possibility that if Russia gets in bed with China, they'll get sucked in, and it becomes more. Russia becomes kind of in the, I guess, a little bit in the circle of orbit of China, where they basically become a quasi semi puppet state if they really get in debt, because nobody else will prop up the ruble except for India and China.
But here's a weird thing: India fucking hates China.
Yeah. And it's pretty funny.
Those like two
China?
like
North
Pakistan,
Korea, kinda.
Like
North
communists.
Korea. Fucking yeah, all the communist nations are like.
There's not that many
Cuba.
countries that are
Vietnam
like-
kinda hate them.
Every
the
Asian
majority
country,
of
low key,
Africa.
kind of hates them.
Yeah,
Africa
except,
does like them.
Pakistan.
How many
Except
actual
Africa.
communist states are there?
They're
though?
kind of
Like,
taking over Africa.
How
That's
many
not talked about.
authentic communists are left? Like,
China's left. China's the only one left, I think. Oh, and
China really isn't even
Vietnam.
communist though.
Yeah,
They're
China's not even
dictatorship.
I was gonna
communist.
say, like,
They just like the bad shit of communism, like the authoritarianism. They just like
like
that stuff.
dictatorship, basically.
You get
Yeah.
Cuba,
Cuba's pretty strict like communist.
Vietnam,
Vietnam, yeah. North
and
Korea, I
Cuba.
guess.
Korea doesn't even consider themselves communist anymore. They got
Cuba
that weird
still-
Juche.
I don't know
Yeah,
anything about
Juche.
Cuban history. Is Cuba still facing like, you know, like the residue of that like Castro era, like the whole communist era? Like,
They're still
I-
sanctioned, aren't they?
like how does that?
How we lifted
like,
those?
how are? What is their dynamic like in Cuba? Like,
Apparently, it's not that bad of a place to live, but it's still communist, so it sucks.
like they don't
So-
allow Coca-Cola any? Like, do they allow that still or?
Hey,
Like, they
look, cocaine.
So my mother and my sister went to Cuba for a vacation, and what they stated was, and granted, this is just an anecdotal,
When did they go? That's important to know.
they went, I want to say 2018-ish.
Okay.
It was a couple months before Trump reinstated the sanctions. The biggest thing they said there was that the overall attitude was fairly friendly. However, there is a tremendous amount of poverty where
Yeah, it was communist,
like even the toilet paper was extraordinarily thin. The everybody's driving around in either 1950s era cars or
That'd be dope.
Russian Russian Ladas, that sort of thing. The I want to say it was only within the last 3 or 4 years that Castro's brother kind of stepped down from his political office, or at least taken a reserve seat. So that family had been in control for what? We're going on 60 something years.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So it really looks like it.
Man, it's gone.
That
Your camera
motherfucker
back on.
Castro died, and then everyone did a 5 stream after he died. I witnessed that.
Yeah, all they made videos of Fidel Castro and shit.
I think I did that, honestly. Lex did. I know that.
Oh shit.
Yo, as an Australian, as an authentic
Yo,
Australian,
What's up?
have you ever seen Bush World Adventures?
I have.
Thank God. Thank God.
It's what we in Australia would call pretty cooked.
It's fucking It is literally probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Watch it, Justin, if you have not.
I think I've seen it. Oh yeah.
I don't know if
It's
this is
funny.
like the first episode or if this is the whole thing, but it's only 11 minutes and it's hysterical.
The following content may contain self-harm or suicide topics. Oh god.
That's how you know it's good.
That's how you know it's spicy meatball.
About to see some good shit.
Morty,
right there.
get in the fucking car, cunt. We're on the way to Bendigo to see Uncle Barry.
Hey,
In the fucking car, Morty.
you can tell us about
Yeah,
it,
what's
Bush
up?
too.
Alright, here's what a bush stuff is, lads. Alright. So basically, Australia has a lot of remote areas, as we will call them.
No.
Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of it's just fucking garbage,
Nice.
uninhabited. So this used to be a thing for COVID. They're slowly coming back now. But basically, a bush stuff is a spontaneous, massive rave party in the middle of the fucking, of like the bush, as we call it in Australia. So you guys have like the wilderness and the forest. We have the bush. We have the
Fucking dope,
bush.
though. It's like a dried up version of the fucking
And what happens in these bushes?
wilderness.
What happens?
Sex.
Speed, weed,
Illegal
heroin,
types of sex.
anything you can name.
Things Jesus would disapprove of.
If you can get it in your nose or up your mouth, up your nose or in your mouth, it's happening.
There's tons of cocks. Flopping
Yeah,
all
dicks.
over the place.
And rattlesnakes, right?
No, we don't get rat snakes. We get worse. We get brown snakes.
That's racist.
Oh, shit. What do they
Why
do?
do they have to be
differently?
brown?
I don't know because they're brown.
Racist.
Like,
Can they be white snakes or like black snakes?
So the white snakes
there
commit
are
just as
black
much crime
snakes.
as the
There are
brown
black
snakes.
snakes.
Of course there are, you racist bigot.
It's because they're fucking black. Look.
Why, huh? Just because they're black, they gotta commit crimes? You racist.
Snakes don't commit crimes.
They kill people. That's a crime.
No, they don't. No,
They
don't.
bite you and they venomize you. Yeah.
Look at how pretty he is, and tell me that he would do anything wrong.
I would fucking murder this thing.
That looks like the type of
at it.
snake that would end my life.
I would.
Yeah,
I would
it-
get an
yeah.
axe and chop this.
It makes
bitch
your
up.
blood. It makes your blood coagulate. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. I would stay fucking at least 500 feet away from this thing.
Yeah, I'm murdering that.
There's a snake in Australia called the inland taipan. It is the most venomous reptile apart from sea snakes.
I cannot even fathom having like lizards or snakes or creatures like that just being out in the wild, and not only being out in the wild, like near where you live, but like having it be like a common like pest almost. Like
Yo, lizards
where
are
I
dope.
live, we have
Here's the
birds,
thing, like, in
fucking
Australia-
squirrels. We have the most mundane
Fuck
fucking
squirrels.
creatures.
I don't have those fucking things. But here's the thing: in Australia, all this stuff is considered protected wildlife, right? So if you get found killing it, your ass going to jail.
Oh shit! Really?
I know our alligators and our turtles are.
Protected species. I mean, you probably don't go to
You live
jail.
in Florida.
Like, well,
That's a little different for you. Geographically, Justin and I live in very different parts of the United States.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
why you won't go to jail, but you'll cop a big fine for killing native wildlife. It's
You
not-
have-
unless it's a kangaroo.
You'd go
there
to
are
jail for
rattlesnakes
fucking
in
with turtles.
Massachusetts, Tim.
are you fucking kidding me? I'm
Nope.
gonna have nightmares about that now. Are you fucking
Look up
joking?
timber snakes.
I actually don't think we have any rattlesnakes here,
Rattlesnakes don't live in Florida. Yeah, I know that. They don't.
which is dope.
Well,
Dude, do you ever see lizards, Justin? Like on
Every
the common?
fucking
like,
day, dude.
Yeah.
You know how many
have a
lizards I see a
lizard.
day?
It's the only lizard I've
Hundreds.
ever seen in my state.
I
Like,
go
Dude,
outside, I
hold
can
on,
find
hold
like
on,
50 of them. They're just crawling around everywhere. They're so cute.
Do you guys get monitor lizards there?
Yes. If you find them hard enough, I
Because-
believe.
Because it is not an uncommon occurrence just to see these fuckers just chilling on trees in Australia. These big boys.
this is the shit.
Yeah, we have this thing here where shit like this up in northern Florida, when it gets cold enough, like to the 60s and 50s, these things will literally freeze and just fall off the trees and hit people.
Yeah, right.
It's funny.
Fuck. Tim, you already said that.
Did the image go?
No,
No,
same,
you,
same
you
thing.
said Bushveld Adventures again.
What the fuck? I'm trying to. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You said it twice.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of drunk. Give me a second.
Yeah, I can tell.
That is a Chinese water
Iguana.
dragon. That is the type of lizard
Oh,
I
is it?
have. That is my pet, but
Yeah, you get
I
water
have
dragons
not
in
seen like
Australia.
any other lizards other than, lizards other than this fucking lizard in my life, like near where I live. So
Now you
the
have to
fact that
come
these
down
motherfuckers
here,
could just
buddy.
be roaming around, doing their own thing outside and like herds and shit. That's like a wild concept to me. That's like the equivalent of like having squirrels running around my yard. Like I can't
Yeah, no,
even
you get all
fathom that.
Here's the thing, it's kind of weird. Australian rules around hunting thing are kind of weird. You can't hunt reptiles or like you can hunt crocodiles, I think, under very certain circumstances. I think, but kangaroos, you can just freely go out and shoot them because they're technically a pest animal.
Holy
Good.
shit!
Fuck
Are you
'em.
kidding me?
No, they're technically a pest animal. They're really destructive.
So are you allowed to kill? Are you allowed to
Pigs,
kill
bulls,
things that,
fucking-
like, if anything is antagonizing you, like, are you
Yes.
allowed to just put it down?
I think that's
there.
in Australia too,
I
right?
don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think if you kill any, it's like the self-defense laws in Australia. It's like the self-defense laws. If someone's antagonizing you, you can't hurt them, right? That's
some shit.
that's the Australian self-defense
What?
law. Yeah, I'm not fucking around. If someone breaks into your house, you cannot do anything to them, or you're technically in violation.
Fuck that! Fuck
Yeah.
that, dude! That's
Yo,
crazy.
that's dead ass the fucking law.
If you break into my house, you're getting shot.
yeah, if you do that in Australia, you will
me,
will
Justin.
serve life in prison.
Dude, those are loaded back there. Those
I would
everything
not
back
want
there,
to be
you
the
get
guy to
shot.
break into Justin's house, dude. That would be a
There's
mistake.
like 5 loaded guns around my house.
Yep, in Australia, it's hard enough to get a gun out as it is, let alone use one for self-defense, because you'll go straight the fuck to life in behind bars.
Wow,
The,
that's crazy. That's seriously unbelievable.
Yeah,
what's-
that's ridiculous.
my uncle up or down in Naples had a cottonmouth, which is a venomous snake, on
Hate your uncle already.
his front steps, right outside his
I
front
mean,
door.
pet.
And then additionally, they had some sort of bear that walked down the road. and,
We also
Yeah.
have jaguar crossings too.
Yeah,
Those are
right.
cool.
they had a bear walk down the road, and he got an alert for it on his Ring doorbell. There was in the same area a couple years earlier, there was a woman who had a bear basically tear open the pool screen and go into the pool.
Oh yeah. He was
What
just
the
wanting dip, man.
fuck? That's fucking awesome.
Hang on, let me see if I can find that article.
Whenever you come here, I'm gonna have to take you to Alligator Alley. We'll have to go see some alligators.
I'd love that. I'd fucking love that.
Alligators are so chill, man. They're so cool. Fuck
I
crocodiles.
Yeah, we
want
got
though.
those
someone to come
stories.
here. I want someone to visit here, but Australia sucks.
So, You actually just remind me, Justin. This was about a month and a half ago. My grandparents came over. They my dog was barking. I went out and said hi to them. And as I'm talking to them, at the passenger side door, for a few minutes, I see out of the corner of my eye this guy fishing in the pond that nobody's supposed to fish in. Which
There's probably an alligator in that pond.
Well, there is a sign: beware of alligators. I look at him, don't think anything of it. I look back a couple minutes later. There's an alligator 4 feet from his feet, and I yell at the guy, and I'm like, "Sir, sir!" And he yells back, "What?" I tell him, "There's an alligator at your feet." And he responds back yelling, "Oh yeah, I know, but he's just chilling there."
Alligators are chill, man. They just fucking chill.
They are pretty docile animals, really, compared to like crocodiles.
But if
Still
you would,
Compared
fucking
to
4
crocodiles.
feet from that fucking thing, 4 feet.
Yeah, probably not.
if you ever do come to Florida, and if you see any body of water, 100% there's an alligator in it. Like, don't go to any lakes, any river. Stay out of it. There's a fucking gator in there, and he will eat you. Don't go into fucking water unless it's the beach.
Yeah.
The only
You ever
safe
hear
place.
You ever hear those stories though? Like, it's so interesting how people, just based on where they are geographically, what kind of fucking animals they have to deal with on a consistent basis. Like, people in the Appalachians, like people kind of like in the West Virginia region, for example. I visited there with my buddies like 2 years ago. People deal with like black bears there regularly. Not only that, but like these fucking bears get so used to human beings being around them and like the food that people hand to them that they'll literally get accustomed to like being around people and fucking around, and like they'll start begging for food, and then it like becomes a legitimate problem. They're so used to being like fed that they almost expect it after a while.
Yeah.
And then that's when it becomes a legit problem, and these bears are literally starting to antagonize these people. Like, could you imagine waking up in the morning, walking out on your porch and seeing a black bear just sitting on your porch waiting for some fucking chicken wings or something? Like,
I'd throw him some food.
that's craziness. Like, I must be soft. Like, I live in like one of the softest areas. Like, I don't experience anything
Finally,
life-threatening.
the hard cunts come from Australia, mate.
Come
Where
down
is
here.
this?
We'll go visit
Is this
some,
like Jesus
It was
Christ?
the same city that, same area, within at least 10, 15 miles that my uncle had the bear just
He was
walking
one-
down his road.
He was wanting to get in the pool, man. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, he just wanted to go for a dip.
Right,
Literally,
boys,
you can see in the photo where he clawed his.
It's pretty fire though. He knows what he wants and he just took it. He or she.
Fire.
Not discriminatory.
You guys ready to call it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. Yeah, you still got a stream to do, buddy.
Yeah. Forgot about
Oh,
that.
what are you streaming?
I have Minecraft Mondays.
Minecraft Mondays.
Minecraft Mondays.
You do it on Wednesdays as well.
Sometimes. Depends.
Not sure.
Minecraft
You're right,
Mondays
boys.
doesn't have a good ring to it. But that's where we're going to call it. Shout out to these boys. Tim's link will be down below. You know who he is. I don't really have to link him. Any final words?
My name is Jeff.
Flawless.
Fuck 12. I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck 12-year-olds, says Tim.
No.
No.